What are the advantages of interview method of data collection? Answer: following are some of the advantages of interview. Interviewer can collect supplementary information about respondents' personal characteristics and environment which are useful in interpreting results. No responses are generally low. Samples can be controlled more effectively, allows respondents to describe what is important to them. There is greater flexibility due to restructuring of questions. What is case study method of data collection? Write its characteristics. Answer: case study method is an appropriate tool of data collection in studying an individual, a family, an institution, or group behavior in detail. It is essentially an intensive investigation of a particular unit under consideration. Its important characteristics are as follows. The researcher can take one single social unit or more of such units for his study purpose. The selected unit is studied intensively, i.e., it is studied in minute details. The behavior pattern of the concerning unit is studied. What is the difference between quantitative and qualitative data? Answer: quantitative data means numbers or values that can be measured. For example, number of times a product has been searched on the World Wide Web or number of books exported per month. On the other hand, qualitative data involves a descriptive judgment using concept words instead of numbers. Gender, country name, animal species, and emotional state are examples of qualitative information. As compared to quantitative data, the qualitative data is subjective. Quantitative data helps to understand experiences in depth. The qualitative method involves elements like feelings, emotions, or subjective perception of the researcher. On the other hand, quantitative method includes a questionnaire with close-ended questions and using methods or correlation, regression, mean, and mode. What is unstructured data? Explain any three sources of unstructured data. Answer: unstructured data or unstructured information refers to information that either does not have a predefined data model or is not organized in a predefined manner. Here are some examples of machine-generated unstructured data. Satellite images. This includes weather data or the data that the government captures in its satellite surveillance imagery. Just think about Google Earth and you get the picture. Scientific data. This includes seismic imagery, atmospheric data, and high-energy physics. Photographs and video. This includes security, surveillance, and traffic video. Distinguish between three types of data variables. Answer: distinguish between three types of data variables. Categorical variables. These represent characteristics or qualities and can be divided into distinct categories. Examples include gender, marital status, and type of vehicle. Ordinal variables. These variables have categories with a natural order or ranking. However, the intervals between the categories may not be uniform. Examples include educational level, example, high school, undergraduate, graduate, and customer satisfaction ratings, example, very satisfied, satisfied, neutral, dissatisfied, very dissatisfied. Numerical or quantitative variables. These variables represent measurable quantities and can be further divided into two types: discrete and continuous. Discrete variables can only take specific numerical values, often as whole numbers with no intermediate values possible. Example, number of siblings, number of customer complaints. Continuous variables, on the other hand, can take any value within a given range and can have infinite possible values: height, weight, temperature. What are the two data collection methods and distinguish between them? Answer: primary data collection. This involves gathering data directly from original sources through methods such as surveys, interviews, observations, or experiments. Primary data collection is tailored to specific research objectives and provides fresh and relevant information. Secondary data collection. This involves gathering data that has already been collected and analyzed by others for purposes other than the current research project. Secondary data can be obtained from sources such as government agencies, research institutions, or publications. While secondary data collection is often quicker and less expensive than primary data collection, it may be less tailored to the specific needs of the research project and may have limitations in terms of relevance or accuracy. What are different methodologies used for data collection and analysis? Describe any one of them in detail. Answer. Some common methodologies for data collection and analysis include surveys, interviews, observations, experiments, and case studies. Let's focus on surveys as an example. Surveys involve collecting data from a sample of individuals or groups through the use of questionnaires or interviews. Surveys can be conducted through various methods, including face-to-face interviews, telephone interviews, mail-in surveys, online surveys, or a combination of these methods. Surveys allow researchers to gather large amounts of data quickly and efficiently, and they can be used to collect both quantitative and qualitative data. However, designing effective survey questions, ensuring representative samples, and minimizing response bias are important considerations in survey methodology. What are the advantages of focus group discussion? Answer. Focus group discussions offer several advantages, including rich data. Focus groups provide rich qualitative data by allowing participants to express their opinions, experiences, and perceptions in their own words. Interaction. Participants can interact with each other, leading to the exchange of ideas, insights, and perspectives that may not emerge in individual interviews. Depth of understanding. Focus groups allow researchers to explore topics in depth and gain a deeper understanding of complex issues or phenomena. Efficiency. Focus groups can be a cost-effective way to gather data from multiple participants simultaneously, reducing the time and resources required compared to individual interviews. Participant engagement. Participants often feel more engaged and motivated in a group setting, leading to higher quality and more candid responses. Versatility. Focus groups can be adapted to various research purposes, including needs assessment, program evaluation, product development, and market research. What are the techniques utilized in interpretation and analysis of consumer data? Answer. Techniques commonly used in the interpretation and analysis of consumer data include descriptive analysis. This involves summarizing and describing the main characteristics of the data, such as means, frequencies, and distributions. Correlation analysis. This examines the relationships between different variables in the data to identify patterns or associations. Regression analysis. This explores the relationship between a dependent variable, example sales, and one or more independent variables, example price, advertising expenditure, to understand the impact of these variables on consumer behavior. Segmentation analysis. This involves dividing consumers into distinct groups or segments based on similarities in their characteristics or behavior, allowing marketers to tailor their strategies to specific consumer segments. Predictive analytics. This uses statistical techniques and predictive modeling to forecast future consumer behavior or trends based on historical data. What are the three distinct ways to find relationship among data? Answer. The three distinct ways to find relationships among data are correlation. This measures the strength and direction of the relationship between two quantitative variables. A correlation coefficient close to 1 indicates a strong positive relationship, while a coefficient close to -1 indicates a strong negative relationship. Causation. This determines whether changes in one variable cause changes in another variable. Establishing causation requires rigorous experimental designs and controlling for confounding variables. Association. This identifies patterns or connections between variables but does not imply a causal relationship. Associations can be observed through descriptive statistics, cross-tabulations, or visualizations. What for multivariate data conditions are utilized in research? Answer: multivariate data analysis is used in research when there are multiple variables involved simultaneously. It is employed to understand complex relationships among multiple variables, identify patterns, trends, or clusters within multidimensional data sets, determine the impact of multiple factors on an outcome or dependent variable, segment populations or groups based on multiple characteristics or attributes. Write the differences between qualitative and quantitative data. Explain with the help of example. Answer: qualitative data. Qualitative data describes qualities or characteristics and is non-numeric in nature. It provides insights into the meaning, opinions, and experiences of individuals. Examples include interview transcripts, open-ended survey responses, and observational notes. Quantitative data. Quantitative data represents quantities and is numeric in nature. It provides numerical measurements or counts and allows for statistical analysis. Examples include age, height, weight, and numerical ratings on a Likert scale. What is data collection? What are the steps involved? Answer: data collection is the process of gathering information or data from various sources for research, analysis, or decision-making purposes. The steps involved in data collection typically include defining objectives. Clearly define the purpose and objectives of the data collection process. Selecting data sources. Identify and select appropriate sources of data, which may include primary sources, example surveys, interviews, or secondary sources, example databases, literature reviews. Designing data collection instruments. Develop data collection instruments such as questionnaires, surveys, or observation protocols tailored to the research objectives. Pilot testing. Conduct a pilot test of the data collection instruments to identify and address any issues or shortcomings before full-scale implementation. Data collection. Implement the data collection process according to the chosen methods and instruments, ensuring accuracy, completeness, and consistency in data collection. Data recording. Record the collected data systematically and securely, using appropriate tools or software. Data validation. Validates the collected data to ensure accuracy and reliability, checking for errors, inconsistencies, or missing values. Data cleaning. Clean and preprocess the collected data to remove errors, outliers, or irrelevant information and prepare it for analysis. Data storage. Store the collected data securely and efficiently, adhering to data privacy and security protocols. Documentation. Document the data collection process, including methods, procedures, and any limitations or constraints to facilitate transparency and reproducibility. What are the strengths and weaknesses of qualitative and quantitative data? Answer: strengths of qualitative data provides rich, in-depth insights into human behavior, attitudes, and experiences. Allows for flexibility and adaptability in data collection and analysis. Facilitates exploration of complex phenomena and emergent patterns. Helps generate hypotheses for further quantitative investigation. Weaknesses of qualitative data. Subjective interpretation may introduce bias or inconsistency. Limited generalizability due to small sample sizes and context-specific findings. Time-consuming and resource-intensive data collection and analysis process. Strengths of quantitative data. Provides objective, numerical measurements that are easy to analyze and interpret. Allows for statistical analysis and hypothesis testing, enabling rigorous scientific investigation. Offers high levels of reliability and replicability, particularly in large-scale studies. Facilitates comparison and generalization of findings across populations or contexts. Weaknesses of quantitative data may oversimplify complex phenomena or fail to capture nuanced insights. Limited ability to explore underlying motivations, meanings, or contexts. Requires careful design and standardization to minimize measurement error and bias. May lack depth or richness compared to qualitative data. What is big data? How does it affect the different sectors? Answer: Big data refers to large and complex data sets that exceed the capacity of traditional data processing systems to manage, analyze, and interpret effectively. It is characterized by the three verses: volume, large amounts of data; velocity, high speed of data generation; and variety, diverse types of data. Big data affects different sectors in various ways. Business and industry. Big data analytics help businesses gain insights into consumer behavior, market trends, and operational efficiency, leading to improved decision-making, product innovation, and competitive advantage. Healthcare. Big data analytics enable personalized medicine, disease prediction, and population health management by analyzing vast amounts of medical and genomic data. It also facilitates drug discovery, clinical trials, and healthcare resource allocation. Finance. Big data analytics enhance risk management, fraud detection, and customer relationship management in the financial sector. It enables real-time monitoring of market trends, trading patterns, and investment opportunities. Government. Big data analytics support public policy formulation, urban planning, and disaster response by analyzing diverse data sources such as census data, satellite imagery, and social media feeds. It also improves law enforcement, cybersecurity, and public health surveillance. Education. Big data analytics enhance personalized learning, student performance tracking, and curriculum development by analyzing educational data such as student grades, attendance records, and online learning interactions. It also supports adaptive learning systems and educational research. Transportation. Big data analytics optimize transportation systems, traffic management, and logistics planning by analyzing data from sensors, GPS devices, and mobile apps. It improves route optimization, predictive maintenance, and passenger experience in public transportation and logistics networks.